This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, celebrating 25 years of educating Southwest Florida.
Southwest Florida, I am so thrilled to bring to you a show here from the Lee County Black History Museum. Thanks for staying with us over the next 4 weeks. We've been here and it's been a thrill right here in the heart of Dunbar and Henderson. There's some wonderful things happening in our community, and Lee Pitts Live is here to document it. We have a fabulous lineup of guests today on Lee Pitts Live. We have Jarrett, Eady. He's the chairman of the board of the Lee County Black History Society. We'll learn all about the Black History Society, and we'll see some footage and learn more about this fabulous museum, one of Southwest Florida's masterpieces. Also, we'll get a chance to learn about a new fitness expert in the community. Monique Brown is here. She'll be a part of Girl Talk. She's the founder and a trainer of Your Fitness. And of course, Tashika Perry here from Girl Talk. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. Good morning, Southwest Florida. Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. If you are wondering where in the world is Lee Pitts Live, well, we're at the most successful, one of Southwest Florida's spectacular places. We're in the Williams Academy, located at the Lee County Black History Museum. This is the first school that black people could go to in Southwest Florida back in the days of deep segregation. And we're so thrilled to be here for the next 3 weeks. If you saw us last week, we were here as well. And we'll have an honor of talking to the chairman of the board for the Lee County Black History Society, Jarrett, Eady. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Lee. I appreciate it.
Good to get you here. First of all, I want to thank you and your whole staff, Ms. Betty, everybody. I want to call their names, get them on television, that the accommodations here for Lee Pitts Live have just been outstanding, and we can't wait to come back again in the future.
Well, we're honored to have you here, and we wish you a very happy 25th anniversary for all the great things you've done for our community, and we appreciate it.
I'm glad you mentioned 25th anniversary. What better place to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Lee Pitts Live than at the Black History Museum? Jarrett, what do we have here? What is the Black History Museum?
Well, the Black History Museum is actually the former Williams Academy. Williams Academy was the first government-funded school for African-American children. So the structure we're in now is a 1942 addition to the building that was moved to Clemente Park in 1995. So we're very happy to have the structure here with the original floors. And it's so great to have the Dunbar alumni and the Williams Academy alumni come and walk through the structure, and they have that instant time trip back to when they were students in this very building.
Over 100 years ago, man. How does that feel when you guys are going about, as a board, talking about the museum, talking about Black history here, knowing that you're keeping alive the fabric of your ancestors?
I think the key word is what you said, the fabric. We all have inherited a legacy, and it's incumbent upon those of us to continue that legacy. So for me, I have a special affection and a special connection to this building, because many of my relatives were students here. So there's some days I come in when we're changing out exhibits, and I can honestly feel the essence of people who share my DNA as small children in this very facility. So it's incumbent upon those of us who have become the custodians of the Lee County Black History Society to understand that we're preserving a legacy and a snapshot in time to show how just very special Southwest Florida and Fort Myers is.
Now, you work in the Lee County school system now, a person with your skin color, doing what you do, leading teachers as a leader. You wouldn't, during that time, people need to understand, that type of job would never have been in anywhere in the global sphere of your world, would it?
Well, it would have been, and it would have been, I was just been predominantly working with children of color. Echoed in the walls of this building and in pictures and in the spirit are the contributions of the dedicated African-American educators who made sure it was not just their job, but their mission to ensure that the children of Safety Hill and eventually Dunbar received a high quality education. So these educators were highly educated. Many of them had master's degrees and PhDs and EDs. So you had a great selection of some of the best and the brightest, or some that Du Bois would call the talented 10th, right here in this building educating those children.
Who can visit this museum, and when can they visit this museum? Who do you encourage of the thousands of people looking now to make this a part of their historical journey?
I would encourage everyone. The story of the Lee County Black History Society and the Williams Academy Museum is not just the story of the African American community here in Southwest Florida and Fort Myers. It is the story of the diaspora. The thing that brings us together as the citizens of this country is our collectivism. We all have a story. Everybody's been through a school system. Everyone can walk in and see echoes of, I remember when I was in school, the schedule on the wall is very similar to the schedule I was in. We've had a lot of people come in without regard to age, without regard to color or race, come through this building and feel some level of connection because of the shared experience. So we're here from Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 4, and on Saturdays we're here specifically from 12 to 3. So we encourage everyone to come out and see the great things that we have here to offer, our living learning classroom, and as well as our other exhibits.
Speak to contributions, how people can support the museum in various ways. I've already told you that Lee Pitts Live is going to do everything it can to be a partner of the museum and to promote the museum, but how can other people be a part of it?
Well, what we do would not be possible without the contributions and support in kind and also monetary donations of individuals throughout our community. We're so happy to have a great list of partners, which includes the city of Fort Myers, who's been a wonderful partner and been right up to the plate whenever we needed their assistance. But we ask everyone to visit our website, LeeCountyBlackHistorySociety.org. That'll give you directions to how to get additional information and also become a supporter and friend of the Lee County Black History Society.
Great, and that website and phone numbers appearing on the screen throughout this conversation. We're looking at some various images here in the museum right now, and we've been looking at them throughout the interview. Tell our viewing audience some of the things that broad perspective of. I see athletes, I see historical educators, military, just kind of sum all that up.
Right now we're in the Pat McCutcheon exhibit room, named after Mr. Pat McCutcheon, who was a keynote citizen and instrumental in this building being here where it is now in Clemente Park. The room right now we're looking through is our timeline room. And the timeline room starts in 1860. A lot of people don't realize that even here in Fort Myers, there was a Civil War fought here, and there was a battle, the Battle of Fort Myers, and a number of colored soldiers served here in the Battle of Fort Myers. So in this room, you have part of the exhibit dedicated to those soldiers. You have keynote individuals starting from 1860. The key phrase that we have on the wall is "what's past is prologue." So this room gives us a keynote entrance into the past history, and then the exhibit ends with where do we go from here? And I like to say we always going onward and upward. And that's what we're trying to exhibit and show here. So we're always changing things up, but this timeline room is sacred to tell the story of how we got to be.
A few events that I'm familiar with that take place here every year. You have, I think, father and daughters dance or come out for picnics. You have Juneteenth. You have the lighting of the Christmas tree this year.
Yeah,
Talk about that. That was a
that.
great event.
That's a great kickoff. This year we've done Holiday in the Park for the past 5 years, and we've had the opportunity to have a 35-foot fir tree erected in the center of Clemente Park, as well as having all the palm trees lit for Christmas time. So that project was something that we worked on in the month of December and also during the summer for the planning stages. And I mentioned the city earlier. We were so lucky to have the city of Fort Myers come in and believe in what we were trying to accomplish to make sure that the essence and the spirit of the holiday season was felt in all parts of the community. So that's one of our signature programs, and Juneteenth, Father's Day, and as well as Black History Month.
Now, is it free to visit the museum?
We ask for donations. We would not turn anyone in for lack of being able to pay, but we're 501c3, so it does take money to make sure that the entity and the organization still thrives. But we'll never turn anyone in because this is our history, and we can't really put a price on history and shared experience.
The place is so clean, so immaculate, just feels so good when you come in. The history here, the flavor here, just, people can have events and all types of activities can take place in this museum. They can actually rent places on this
Yes, we do have part of that.
We are in the classroom of Williams Academy, but there you got two other adjacent buildings too. Go ahead and expound on that.
The second part of our building, we have an administrative building. We have we call it the White Building here at Williams Academy. It's the white building structure in Clemente Park. And then behind our office building is our multi-purpose room. So because Clemente Park is such a wonderful jewel in our community and it's used quite a lot, and we're so happy about that, we have a multi-purpose room that's available for renting for things like birthday parties, showers, kids events, family reunions. We're available on Saturdays, usually from about 11 to 6 for rental. And the place is always rented, so we're just so happy to see that the community is using the facility and also supporting our beautiful Roberto Clemente Park.
How does one go about getting artifacts in the museum? Who are those people?
Sure, we have an artifact and collections committee, archives. So we have a process by which if you think there is something, so I think, give a great example. I'm here on the 25th anniversary show of Mr. Lee Pitts Live, and now you're up, and we have some of your artifacts that were donated from one of your original sets. So a person who has something they'd like to be donated will contact us, and then we would assess first of all, are we able to store it? Secondly, if it fits into what our mission is, and then we say we'd be able to take it and get it appraised and assessed so that we take good care of it, because I know for sure we're looking at this wonderful classroom space here. My great-grandfather's coat rack is actually in this room, and our family donated it. Wanted to make sure that it was something that was appropriate and relevant to the era of history we were trying to capture.
I'll let people kind of understand what happens off camera. One of the things that you and I were talking about is, in my garage, I got, literally 10,000 interviews of the black community in Southwest Florida over, 25 years. And so that would be a good collection to have, and we'll work out how we can get all those copied and put it in the archives.
Right.
Long after I'm gone, somebody may come in and look at something. I just love it, the fact that we have this type of facility here. How about Black History Month? What are some things that are planning going forward?
Sure. For this year's Black History Month, we're having our 3rd annual Legends Gala, and the gala is to pay homage to citizens of our community who've given great contributions. One of my favorite quotes is by President Roosevelt. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, how the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the individuals that are actually in the arena. So this year we're going to turn back time and honor the 15th anniversary of this structure being in Clemente Park, as well as the individuals like Miss Janice Cass and others who started the County Black History Society. So our gala will start at the Carrie Robinson Center on February 6th, and tickets will be available, and information is already now disseminating in the community about that event. So we have a long list of events throughout the month of February to commemorate.
And of course, for more details, they can go to your website.
Yes,
as well.
most definitely.
And you can also hit us up at leapitslive.com, and we'll get that out to you as well. We'll have the flyer posted on our website as well. The response from the community to what we have sitting right here in this beautiful park, and kind of talk about the park in general. I see there's a lot of renovation that's taking place here.
I think I'd like to call Clemente Park a symbol. And I think we can judge the viability and the healthiness of a community by the nature of the partnerships that are fostered and created in the community. And Clemente Park is a symbol of that. Clemente Park now is a part of the city's Parks and Recreation Department, and there was a grant that was secured several years ago to be able to provide here in Clemente Park some renovation, the park benches. We now are just celebrating in the month of February a nice sculpture that's in the front of the park. So this shows that we can come together as a community, and the community loves it. I have the awesome pleasure of working in the Lee County School District. So coming out in Clemente Park, I'm always seeing former students and current students who are out having family events. So this is our park, the community's park. And so we'd like to see ourselves as the custodians to make sure that our park is taken care of and continues to be a beacon for our area.
Final question, who is Clemente?
Clemente, Roberto Clemente, I see you get some background information. We all know the famous baseball star Roberto Clemente, but why he's really relevant here, during his years of spring training, during the era of segregation, he was not allowed to live in some of the parts of downtown Fort Myers for lodging. So it was this community known as Dunbar in that era who took Roberto Clemente in and made him one of their own, providing housing, and he just being a part of this community. So this park is dedicated in honor of Mr. Roberto Clemente. We were so happy during the month of June to have a great exhibit on the Negro League stars who became National League stars, baseball stars. So Roberto Clemente was our focal point to pay respect and homage to the man by which this park is named after.
Outstanding. Well, Jarrett, it's been a pleasure to come here.
It's always a pleasure.
We're going to turn it over to Tashika Perry, Girl Talk, and Monique Brown, the fitness guru. But I want to bump you out here, man, and we're going to be here
from an alpha to a sigma brother.
Oh, man, these alphas
that.
taking over. Hey, homage to A5A.
I like that. Like gold.
Black and gold. And he's got on a little blue for Phi Beta Sigma. Gotta get Phi Beta in.
It's black in honor of alpha still at NPHC, but I'll let you have
Okay.
that.
As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Jarrett, Eady, and all the fine people here at the Lee County Black History Society who are doing it. We'll be right back.